Today, my name is Nur Izzati. Today, I will be present problem-based tasks for open source server administration. Problem statement: a small independent company provides solution enterprise consisting of an owner, an IT administrator, and four staff occupy half of a small building in an office park. As the volume of business has been increasing recently, the management decided to improve the current system used for sharing files between departments and staff. The company owner decided to use an open source solution for file sharing service as it is zero in cost and available as a freeware. Job task: as an IT administrator, you have been assigned the task to set up the file sharing service for all the computers in the office. You are required to propose a suitable file sharing service using open source solution to implement in the company. Perform the configuration to set up the file sharing service using virtual machine and explain the step involved. Explain the process and show the configuration involved. Display your output of the file sharing accordingly. Prepare the task in paperwork. This paperwork will be used to present the proposed solution for the company owner. Introduction: in today's fast-paced business environment, efficient file sharing is critical for a firm to operate, especially for small independent companies like Pro Solution. These days, with the business transaction volume rising, a dependable file sharing solution is a must. Understanding the need of cost-effective solution, the business owner has opted for an open source solution to address this demand. This strategic decision, which also satisfies the company financial restraints, further demonstrates its dedication to using modern technologies to boost production. Proposed solution: given the company requirement for a free and reliable file sharing solution, I propose using NFS Network File System. Is a distributed file system protocol originally developed by Sun Microsystems, allowing users on a client computer to access files over a network in the same way they access local storage. NFS facilitates file sharing and centralized storage across multiple machines, enabling easy access to remote files as if they were on local disks. Guidelines for configuration of file sharing service: you can install two open source terminals in virtual VMware virtual machine and perform the file sharing between these terminals as a server and a client. Okay, for server IP address, you can see you can type ifconfig and see the IP address. For client IP address also, you can type ifconfig and see the IP address there. Install the NFS protocol for server. So for install, we use this command. For yes to NFS kernel server. Yes, -I yes to NFS server RPM -q yes to NFS server. So this will install the NFS protocol for server. Okay. From this command, you can on the NFS server. You need to create the system setup link. So from here, you can see it will set up the links. To check the NFS client has been installed, you can type rpm -q NFS client, so you can see if the NFS client has been installed or not. To create a file in server, you can type vi/etc/export, so you can create a file in server. To modify the file using vi/etc/export, you can use this command. So you can modify the file. After modify the file, you must run using command etc export. So after you modify the file, you can run the file using command etc export. You can see the output here. Okay, to create test file in client, you can use mkdir, mysp, data client, and touch data client /test1 underscore client.txt. So if you use cd data client and list, you can see the data. And for mounting the NFS shares on client test file at the client terminal, you can use the command to mounting the NFS shares file on client. On the server, set the permission to allow changes using command chmod 777 data server. After complete the configuration, perform the testing on file sharing on both terminal. So create a test file on client terminal. You can create a file on client terminal. So after you create, you verify the file sharing by view the file in server terminal. After you create the file in client terminal, you can verify that your file sharing to view your file sharing at server terminal. You can use ls-l, so you can to list your file. Modify the file sharing access mode for both client and server, so that file can be accessed using server. At server, you can use shmod 755 data server. At client also, you can use data client, cd data client to see the file. You perform modification for one of the file using server terminal. Input the text. This is file created in client computer and edited in server computer. So you can use echo to insert the text. Then you verify that the file content can be viewed using client terminal and server terminal. So after you modify the text, you can verify to view the file content at client and server terminal. So in conclusion, its solution enterprise made a proactive decision to streamline internal procedure and promote cooperation by using an open source file sharing solution. By utilizing technologies, the company may leverage its developing enterprise to satisfy its increasing demands without spending significant expense. This move not only demonstrates prudent resources management, but it also demonstrates the creativity and agility that small, independent companies with goal of success in the present competitive landscape are recognized for.